Hey fam, it's EmilySayy or whatever. Thanks for coming back to my channel. As you can tell, I still have the same background. I still have the same little picture over on the side. Your girl is getting what she needs, but I'm just getting things out of order. Anyway, today I wanted to do a quick, I need to put some makeup on, but I don't have a lot of time makeup tutorial. And I still was able to, I mean, I would still wear this out. I feel like, you know, this is a pretty solid, very monotone but neutral. I don't need to like glam it up, put sparkle over my lid kind of look. Mainly I do this look probably every day just for work. It's the easiest and quickest look for me to do. And that's pretty much how I did the tutorial today. It was very quick. But if you want to see how I get this look, keep on watching. Okay, so I first start out by priming my face. I cut it because I know that there's plenty in there and I hate throwing this stuff away. So whenever it comes in like a plasticky tube like this, I love to just cut it open and then use the rest of it because there's just shit ton in there. And then I also like to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing primer as well, but that's just on each side of my nose where my pores are. My cheeks are so red and I'm so broken out under my sheen. Put that there. Okay, so first I'm going to use my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the color 4.5. How I do my brows, which I don't know how much of this I'm gonna skip through, but how I do my brows is I'll fill them completely in and then I go in and I kind of remove some product, which I don't know if it's saying it out loud, it makes sense that I shouldn't do that probably, but that's just how I've always done it, literally my entire makeup life, and that's how it just made sense to me. And I'll go in and I'll use my spoolie and kind of just remove some color. But I outline my brows first. And if there's really anything that I spend the most time on in this process, it's my brows. Because I can fail at getting a cute eye makeup, or really I'm just gonna do like a really basic eye look anyway. And then the rest of my face, my contour and stuff, you know, I don't really need or care for, but my eyebrows have to work. So my life doing makeup before anything requires me to be late. And I feel like there are plenty of people out there who can relate, who say the same exact thing. There's just, you know, you're told that you have to be somewhere in 30 minutes and it just registers in our minds to get there either a minute or two before. Except for interviews. I try my hardest. Like for interviews, I will start my process, even if it's the same process, I will start my process 2-3 hours before. And I'll just sit there and wait on the couch and just look at the time. But as far as going to work, going to a meeting, going to my birthday dinner, I'm gonna use my LA Girl Pro Concealer HD High Definition Concealer. This is the color Porcelain. And I'm gonna use this under my brow. And then on the days that I am wearing my makeup to work, I am always wearing my Fenty Beauty foundation in the color 200. And I'll put a little bit of that on my back of my hand as well. So I've recently tested the Morphe products and I am in the middle. I'm still in the middle of really testing. I think that I'll say it like that. I will put on the Morphe foundation and then I'll put on the Morphe concealer, and I also have the Morphe setting mist spray, and I don't know what it is, but one of them is bad, but I don't know what it is yet. So like I'm kind of doing a process of elimination. Either taking the concealer off, using a different concealer, taking the foundation off, but with the same concealer. And also, you know, and this is me, how I would get ready just like for work, or I don't have anything really to do today, but I'm just gonna go get lunch or whatever. I'm gonna go meet up with a girlfriend. Sorry if you hear a squeaking noise. I think it's my neighbors. Being real selfish outside. I like to blend this out before adding more. Okay, so as you can see, my eyebrows are just filled all the way in. Then I'll take my spoolie and I'm actually gonna brush inward rather than outward. And it's gonna start giving that like ombre shaded effect. I haven't mastered the like hair in the front of the brow yet. Again, I think I'm gonna work on that this year. And I'm someone who like has RBF all the time, so if I just relax my brow, I still have a nice little arch. And so I'm kind of brushing this out a little more. See how it's kind of darker? And it always happens on this eye, I don't know why. But I will just continue to brush it out until I kind of like this area. And when I do, then I just brush the rest of the hair, and then I'm gonna remove some of that. So I'm gonna take my same brush, which by the way, it's my Pro Flat Concealer number 76 brush. I've looked everywhere for this brush. They don't sell it anymore. Upsetting, but I would recommend the Morphe M124 brush. Pretty much the same thing. But yeah, they don't sell this brush, and for whatever reason I've relied on this brush to be my eyebrow-ish brush. So see, then I just kind of like take that away a little bit, but I'm like not wanting to smudge too much. So here's my difficult part that I do all the time, because like how I'm doing my eyebrow this way, whenever I'm tilting my head, I'm not leveling my eyebrows, and that is something that I try and focus heavy on. So you can see that they're not exactly level at the top. They're not level. One looks a little taller than the other. Then I just ask myself, which one do I like more? And I actually like this one more, so I'm gonna take off a little more on this side. Next, I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This, I, for whatever reason, invested a lot of time and effort and money into Clear Brow Gel. And ABH is really good. And then I had another one. Oh, it's a tinted brow gel, and it's by NYX. Whenever I would dye my hair a little darker, I would put that in there, and it would kind of make it like a highlight in your hair.
But in your eyebrow?
And I thought that that was really a cool effect. And it also stayed really well. So my eyebrows are hella sparse, and see, as you can kind of see how I lifted that up like right at the beginning. That's why I'm kind of hesitant with drawing the lines or drawing the hairs there, because I will just kind of bring it up there in the beginning. So maybe I don't have to do it, but anyway, regardless. Next I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer in the color Light. I'm still hesitant with this primer. I was wearing some Huda Beauty colors yesterday, and my lid already is really small, and you know, primers are supposed to like keep everything in place. I'm still in the middle. I am testing out the Huda Beauty palette, and I've never used Huda before, and I don't necessarily want to blame the Huda Beauty palette, but at the same time, it was like, what a coincidence. I'm using this new Huda palette, and now it's smudging everywhere. So, put a little on my lid. I'm just gonna take a fluffy, this is a Tarte brush. It doesn't have any label on it. I'm pretty sure that I got it in like an Ipsy bag, but it's just a fluffier round brush. I'm gonna take that all the way up to the top. Here is my easiest part. Once I get my brows done, it pretty much flies by after that. The only problem that I kind of run into is that I'll look at my time and I'll be like, oh, I got 20 minutes left, bet. You already know. Your girl's about to do some designs, and then that's whenever I get caught up. Yeah. Now I'm just gonna set it. Gonna put my Airspun loose face powder on top of it. Okay. Now, here's my choice of, I'm sorry, how do I say this? So because of my green eyes, you know, when I'm doing any makeup look, or, you know, I'll look up hooded eyes, I'll look up green eyes, I'll look up,
ball sack, crusty eyelids.
You name it. And so with green eyes, you know, they say that browns are really good with it, or like, reds are really good with green eyes. And so I stick with brown. Brown's my safe color. If you have brown eyes, brown would still be a good color, maybe just a lighter color than what I'm doing. So I'm actually gonna take my Morphe 35O palette. This palette has been with me through the years. I'm gonna take this color here. It is, it's caramely. It's a latte. I'm trying to think about coffee. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna take this color and I'm gonna put it all throughout my lid, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of this color over here, and I'm gonna put that in my crease, just so that it kind of, you know, how you can see it crease. Again, these are safe colors. If you have like brown eyes, I would just stick with the first color. Blue eyes are probably good to do brown with. That, or just, you know, pick your own fucking color and just put it all over your lid. But for a day where I'm just like, listen, I'm just, no time to do anything, no big meetings to go to, I just need to put on some makeup, these are the colors that I use. I'm gonna use this Morphe M504 brush. So this brush is huge. It kind of reminds me of the brush that I use for my highlighter. Obviously this brush is a lot longer, but I feel like you can still use that for this. This is really just me being lazy, and I just need to distribute it all throughout my eye. And I'm just gonna start on my lid, and I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna blend this throughout the entire A. See, that took like literally like just a couple swipes for it to just start to be on my entire lid. Oh, I also don't put on my foundation first. Obviously, if you can tell, my foundation is not on, because I just hate fallout. And I've learned after many years, finally, I'm like, listen, how about I just do it in a different order, and then I won't be complaining that there's purple on my concealer. I'm also just gonna bring that out just a little bit. I want some type of, I don't want to say wing, but I just want kind of like a, you know, a wing, you know? Now the base color is all throughout my lid. Next I'm going to take, I just saw you. Next I'm gonna take my Morphe M518 brush. I'm not gonna even try to describe this brush to you, because every time that I do, I look like an idiot. I'm gonna take that other darker brown color. This color. And I'm gonna put that in my crease. I'm only gonna go in once with that color, and I'm just gonna spread it out. Boom, we have color on our lids. Now I'm going to use my NYX vinyl liquid liner. And I can't think of what brand it was, but there was a brand that Crispy used heavily, and I loved it. I used it just as much, and then it had like this kind of like tiny brush tip. I feel like so this is where I've learned how to put on liquid liner, but I see people putting on like gel liners and stuff, and I'm so jealous. Jealous. Like kill myself. And I'm only gonna put this on my lid. I'm not gonna make a wing. This is only for my lash, so whenever I apply the lash, it doesn't look awkward. I don't know. Now we will be curling the lashes. So let me give you a tip real quick. If you want to stop here and you don't want to put on lashes, if you're not good with putting on lashes, that's totally fine. Just curl your lashes, and then I suggest to put on waterproof mascara. I have the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I don't know who won't say this isn't good, but it's really good. If you do want to put on lashes, you can put the waterproof on, or you can put this volumizing lash paradise by L'Oreal. I feel that this is equivalent to Better Than Sex. There is a Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara that is not waterproof, and is just as good. Excuse me. This is a little dried out, is the only reason why I'm telling you that right now. So if you don't want to do lashes, put on some waterproof mascara. If you do want to do lashes, you can do either or. I'm gonna do these. Make sure to get in the root of your lash. My personal favorite whenever doing just a regular look, a basic pretty look, which I actually love wispies for all of my lashes. These are the Ardell Professional Wispies. They usually have a number, but these don't. But wispies are my jam. I know that I don't have to cut these. These are very similar to my normal eye shape. Yeah, I'm not gonna put on a ton of lash glue for this. So as you guys can see, it pretty much fits my eye. Cut them though if they are not. I'm gonna use this Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. It has with aloe in it too. I guess it's supposed to be kind of soothing. It ain't soothing. And I pop them on as close to my lash line as possible. And see, with the black liner on there, it just helps it kind of blend all together. Okay. Eyebrows are done, eyes are done. Now I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty foundation. They say that it's best to use a brush with this. I don't have the Fenty Beauty brush, but I have a Lexi 532 round top blender brush. I kind of smooth this around my chin and on my neck, and then I kind of dab with everything else. I have used a beauty sponge with this foundation, and it works, but you just have to apply a couple times. So I'm gonna literally just pump it onto the brush. I'm not gonna let it sit there for too long because I don't want it to, in my mind I have this thought that it just like sinks like straight down into the, as if I'm not already doing that. Now I'm done with that. So I'm gonna go back in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Porcelain. Okay, now I'm taking my Morphe blending sponge. And this is something that I love to have. I'd prefer to sponge my concealer than anything else. And here's where I kind of cut that eyeshadow. Using my Airspun loose face powder again, and I'm going to be using the more flatter side of the sponge. I feel like this is very important, not necessarily just for baking, but if you are more oily, this helps keep everything in place. I'm not gonna keep this on for very long, but I am gonna go ahead and start my contour. I'm gonna be using the Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer. This is in the color Golden Days. I love this bronzer, I've been using it for so long. And then I have a MAC 135 brush. It looks very dirty, but I just cleaned it. And I'm gonna use this as my contour and as my all over bronzer. And whenever you're doing this, so you don't wanna go downward, you wanna go upward. So I'm gonna keep going. Does that make sense? And then if you know that you get it down a little bit too far low, then we can fix it. Which I'll go ahead and show you. I'm not gonna put anything on this. I'm gonna just use whatever is left on here, which sometimes there is some, sometimes there isn't. And I'm just gonna take it from like this part of my ear right here. I can't think of what it's called. And I'm just gonna brush some light powder. I'm gonna dust some light powder right there. Now I'm gonna be using my Sephora Blush Contour number 74 brush. I don't use it for that. I use it to wipe away my excess. If I know that I have a little bit more time, I'll actually contour the nose, and I'll put some of the original brown color that we put all over the lid under my eye, which I will do that. That face, so make sure there's nothing there. You know what? Let's go in. I'm gonna use this color right here. It's like a pink kind of shimmery color. I'm taking my Morphe 321 brush. I'm gonna put some in the inner corner. Almost done, guys. Next I'm gonna be using the Milani Berry Amour blush. I don't have any, this is my, well, actually I lied. I have a couple of her products, and I love this baked blush, and I'm like, okay, I need to invest. I'm gonna be using the Luxie 514 blush brush. Just gonna dust it on there. Do you feel creepy? Just smiling. Just keep on smiling. My dogs. And my husband trying to make them stop. It's funny. What I don't like to do, so I literally, I don't know if you can tell, here is my triangle right here. And that's where I want to stay lighter. So I don't want to bring this over too far, but then again, if you smile, man, that was a bad smile. Then you'll just know on the apples of your cheeks. Oh God, I love this. I love this so much. Lastly, I'm gonna take my highlighter. This is the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie collab in Fuego. Y'all did it with this one. I'm gonna dust it on there with the Morphe R3X brush. I love this brush. I don't know when or why or when I got it. Oh crap! I'm done. That's it. And what I do is I'll typically just take whatever color is in my purse. A lot of the time it is a chapstick, and I run with it. Today your girl got this Kate, it's just a lip balm by Rimmel London, but I think Kate did the collaboration. As you can tell, it's the main one that I go to. But I have the ColourPop Still Crazy. I have MAC Info. Not Info, I have it, the Color Faux. Because really I already have like an okay color on my lips that I'm not mad at. Again, this is just me getting out the house. I need to hurry it up. Your girl ain't got time for no nose contour. Okay. No nose contour over here. Okay. All right, that's it for the final look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys can tweak it to your liking. Let me know in the comments below how you liked it. Also, if you are recreating the looks, tag me on Instagram or Twitter. I had one of my friends tag me in an Instagram post and I loved it. It literally, I was so excited about it whenever I saw it. I was just like, look, cool, people are actually watching. That's what's so nice. It's just to see that people are actually watching. It's not like the views. It's definitely seeing you guys are like, oh, I liked it whenever you did this, or I liked this tip that you did. So, oh, I love it so much. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends and your family and your neighbors and your grandparents about me. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.